We are in it now. So Putin made the move. Essentially, we're at war. Um, now Russia's moved right along the borders of Europe. Who knows what his next move's going to be? And this also opens up the door for a move on Taiwan. So, and China's got some issues internally, and I think a little unrest. And one good way to overcome that is pick an enemy. And I know most of mainland China civilians think that Taiwan. I'm sorry, Taiwan is part of China, so that might be the move. So this is what we got to watch. But um, what's going on in the market is we're down about 100, right? So that's not bad. I'm looking for that 415 mark. Um, and keep an eye on this. 100 points is a lot and it's scary, but I don't know if you recall, but during the elections in the U.S., between Trump, the first elections, with Trump, who the hell did he run against? Oh, Clinton. Um, the markets, the S&P was down 600 points, and percentage wise, that was huge. I think the S&P was in the high 2000s. So that was a pretty extreme move, and there are no collars that are being set off yet or trade limits, which we've seen that before. So the point I'm bringing out is that a lot of the sell-off was absorbed by the over anticipation of interest rates, and uh, so what's going to happen today, it's probably going to be a little overextended. I'd say, if you could figure out, or we could figure out what the low points of the day are, it might be a good buying opportunity right there. It's definitely, you could buy throughout the day today, long term, and I think you're going to do well. And the reason I say that is because the Feds will raise interest rates by 0.25% in March. I'm dead convinced, but they're going to start coming out and they might be a little more dovish there. The tone might be a little more dovish. They might reel in. We may not get this, the 5 or 6. I think we'd be lucky if we get 3 interest rates. But if their tone starts to change, you're going to see growth stocks start to rebound. I'm certain. So it's good to look around at that and keep an eye on what's going on with Russia. Right now, nobody's touching the oil distribution. They're turning off Nordstrom and the and they have gas issues and stuff like that. But oil hasn't been touched. Nobody's putting sanctions on oil, and oil's going to flow. If that changes, that's going to change things in our economy. It's going to really spike oil and things like this. The reaction that oil is having today, I think, is knee jerk. And if you took the opportunity to get into some contracts early last week, you're doing very well. But ultimately, I think it's going to float down, and because oil is not an issue. So you got to keep your eye out for that and see if oil is an issue. So today, we're going to probably blow through that. That 4115 area. I got gaps and a possible move down all the way to 3900. So keep an eye on that. That's a possibility. If we start triggering sell limits and things like that, then there's a problem. But watch the market, see how it develops down at the lows. See how well it absorbs all of this, because really, if he just moves into the Ukraine, and it's not really going to have that much of an impact on our economy. A few hangups. We have issues with aluminum and palladium, but this is America. We find ways around it. But yeah, life goes on, business goes on. As long as this cat doesn't start moving into Europe, it's not going to be a third world war. But once he does start making that move, then it's a different story. So anyway, we're going to keep an eye on this and watch it. So right now we're down 100. We're going to open up. I mean, we're pretty much going to open up right on top of this line right here, which is a good support, and we'll see how it behaves. It could very well take out all of this and yeah, not stop until we're at 3,900. I don't know if it's going to be one day, but could be over the next few days into next week. So whatever you're doing, have an eye on March 15th. I think it's the 15th that we get the interest rate hikes and we get some news from the Fed. And we get their minutes. And once we get their minutes and their tone, and we see the testimony, I think the market's going to turn around and make a move. So keep an eye on that, and let's take a look. I mean, really, the technicals are out the door. I mean, short term, we could look at them intraday, and I'll keep doing that throughout the day. But over the long term, I mean, everything's just kind of out the door because we've already blown through everything. So now we got to start building bases and seeing what's up. When we look at the 240 on the futures, I mean, really, the histogram looks like it's rolling around a little bit, although it could do a reversion and start getting aggressive to the downside again. But the slow and fast line is still very, very negative. Looks like it might be rolling a little bit, but not much. I think the invasion came around 3 or 4 in the morning. So this is really what happened. Really not that ugly. Not that ugly. May make another leg down. We'll have to see. We'll have to ride it out, see what's going on. But I mean, the fact that it just didn't fall apart is pretty encouraging. It's kind of telling me that it's ready to absorb. I mean, we'll see what happens when the market opens. Let's look at Bitcoin. Now, just remember that the big sales pitch in the argument was that Bitcoin was the replacement of gold. Gold is the safe haven, and this, if that was the case, if Bitcoin was the replacement of gold, it should be ripping. It should be ripping. But you know what? We know that that cyber attacks are the next wave of warfare. Once we start issuing sanctions, we're going to do that. And look, there's not a lot of communist country that are knee deep in BTC, or at least communist citizens that are knee deep in BTC or Bitcoins and digital coins. It's the majority of the action is Western civilization. The U.S., um, Europe. So an attack on crypto is an attack on the free people of the world. Just keep that in mind. I think that is why I haven't really had the conversation with people I'm associated with, but I think that is why you don't see Bitcoin being correlating with gold right now, or trading in step with gold right now. It's not a safe haven. There's nothing behind it. The security of it is still unknown. It's not tested in this environment. Gold's been through quite a few wars. So again, investment wise, watch your ass. I don't agree with it as an investment. As far as a trade, this baby should be moving around. I mean, there should be plenty of action. It has orderly trading. In the beginning, especially right after they issued the futures, the trading wasn't orderly enough to get good setups and good trades. But now the trading is very orderly in Bitcoin, and you can find setups, you can find trades, but watch your ass on it. So this is one. I'll probably put out another video later on today. I just wanted to jump on it and just tell you my views on this. Just watch it. I'm going to be watching the market very closely today, very closely, looking for a bottom, looking for some sort of consolidation, seeing how the market absorbs this move by Europe. I mean, it sucks for Biden because there goes a paycheck, but it sucks for the Ukrainian people because they got to do this. But yeah, you know, these are Russian people. I mean, they're hard people. They've been living hard for hundreds of years. I mean, the whole time we've been powdering our ass and pampering our children, these people have been, you know, surviving every day. So entirely different culture. I mean, they won't even notice the change, and you know, they're all perfectly happy grabbing arms and running to borders. And it's interesting too, right? All the anti-gunners around here, yeah, you know, who assume this could never happen. Well, I got news for you, man. One day I was walking to work and somebody dropped the fucking plane right on my office, you know, right next to my my home with my family and children. I mean, yeah, you know, I never thought that would have happened either. So, just an interesting thought, you know, and you know, I mean, up in the mountains, I have, you know, I'm self-sustaining and I can raise my own food and it's very defendable and things like that. Not that I really think that it's going to be an encroachment, but you never know, man. This guy moves into Europe, things are going to change. You know, we go to war, things are going to change. And I don't think I'll be fighting Russians on my front lawn, but there's a lot of assholes out there who are selfish and take advantage of situations like that. And you know, you may have to defend yourself over that. Hey, you know what? There's a few civil liberty violations in this country, and yet you know, politicians support raiding and looting and burning of innocent people's homes and businesses. So yeah, you know, anything will be acceptable. You know, and there's an ignorant um, aspect of our community that does that, and it's not race or ethnicity um, decided; it's intellect decided. And there's a lot of idiots out there of all creeds and colors and um, nationalities that just take advantage of people. So anyway, okay, here's a rant. A little stock, a little rant. I probably won't be around between 8 and 9 o'clock. I do have a lot of conference calls because of this. Um, I do have my foot in the world a little bit, and I do have some responsibilities with some investment companies and things like that. So I have to make sure that I'm there and I attend to it and I give my 2 cents. So that's going to occupy a little bit of my time. But other than that, I'll probably be shooting out videos from time to time, or maybe some tweets or what have you. And we're all the tweeters, the guys out there. Oh, this is nonsense. Biden's making it up, and yeah, you know, all the smarter guys. You know, the Bitcoin investors and the AMC pumpers. You know, I mean, you know, just all the shit that lacks reality, anti-institution, unyielding in your opinion, without an open mind. You know, it's just amazing how the internet or our technology today gives a platform for every putz with ears to spew nonsense, and they're not accountable for what they say, and they say this shit. You know, like all these guys still touting buy AMC. You know, after tons of people got hurt, when you know, it was logical to say, okay, we're doing a short squeeze. At some point, it didn't work. Take your licks, move out. Responsible thing to do. No, but these idiots still tout it. So and I mean, that's just you know what it is. There's you know, you just, it's just easy to say shit. We have trolls. We got a couple of trolls on our channel, which is cool. You know, because that means this channel is building. So I welcome the trolls, but yo, be accountable. You know, even Psycho Broker has that mentality. You know, it's just he's gets lost in the moment. There's no, he's not open minded. He's not strategic. He's not, has no forethought. It's just the moment. Just say what you have to say for the moment. So all right, I guess this was therapy for Dave. So everybody, good luck. I'll probably put another one out a little bit later, closer to the open, just so we understand what's going on. Right now, what time is it? It's 6:38. I mean, I've been up since 4, watching the markets, watching how they behave. We'll see how it goes coming into the open, man. What the states think about this. I don't know, dude. In my gut, I think we've sold off. I think it's in there. I mean, I'm open to being wrong. I'm not buying everything right now because this is what I think. I mean, this is my bias, and I'm going to watch the market for indications or clues saying that this is the case. And my bias today really is to go long. I know it's tanking, and I'm all set up. I mean, I'm going to make a shitload of money off of this tank. I really thought it would happen a week or so ago, but a week or two from now, rather. But it's fine. I positioned myself in February with the anticipation that this cat was going to do this. So I think the short play is done. I think that time is past. I think my bias right now is looking for where am I going to work? Yeah, where am I going to invest? I mean, but I wonder, do I? And I stayed away because I anticipated this. I stayed away, and I'm hardly invested right now, because I said, okay, this shit is going to happen. And you know what? I could even kick myself. I should have been a little more aggressive in being conservative and waiting until after the Fed, figuring I have all this shit out. Let's just wait for the two things. Take a little downside position. Um, but that's cool. So now I'm wondering, do do I look at this like this is the beginning of something bigger? Bum bum bum. I mean, you know, I mean, are the commies making their move? The yo-yo in China already said that the past 300 years was a mistake, and China should have been leading the world. This may be his turning point. And these cats are getting old. I mean, Putin's in his 70s, right? I mean, I know our president is archaic too, but I mean, look to your parents, man. I'm taking keys away from my parents at their age. We got these cats running countries. I mean, these are going to be some bad decisions being made. That's the problem. We need young people in office looking for a future, not these old dinosaurs who are delusionary already. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna let you go. We'll catch up again before the market opens. I'm definitely gonna do a quickie. Catch you later.